Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I got another video sent to me by Commander Blitzleader. He's platooned up with Possum, Marksman, and Humble Nation, a couple of my VX9 clanmates, and they're in TDs, tier 6s, bottom tier, tier 8 game. And then as you can see, they're on the Pearl River map, and they somehow managed to pull a win, even being bottom tier. And Commander Blitzleader just puts on a clinic, man, on how to play the Jackson and aces that tank again. So anyway, y'all go get your favorite beverage, sit back and enjoy the game, and I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Pearl River map. So when I first started playing World of Tanks, I started on console, and this version of this map was a lot of fun on that console version because it had a lot of cover over on the west side, and it was a TD. It was just a lot of fun, and then everybody was excited when this version came out. I mean, it's okay. I wish it had a little bit more cover, a little bit more bushes, for TDs over on the west side of the. But it is what it is. A part of being a good TD player, I guess what any type of tank player is, being able to read the map and anticipate where you're, where the enemy's where they're headed to, where they're gonna pop out, and where you can position yourself, to get a good shot on them and not get spotted, and being, help shape the course of the game. And as you can see, CB is no slouch. It's not his first time playing this game, and he's a really good player, and he can, he's got a really good ability to get himself into positions where he can get shots on people. And as you're going to see, he's got really good game reaction. Watch this shot right here. He takes on the guard. I mean, dude, wow, that's an amazing shot to be able to pull that off. I mean, he must be a young guy to be able to have a reaction like that. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, he's a very careful TD player. He's not exposing himself just to, because, there's the guard again. The Jackson's got decent turret armor on the front, at least a little bit, but that's about it. Gets a good hit on the tier 7 light tank, the 71 Delta Alpha. But yet, he knows he's spotted. Sets the other thing. He doesn't have 6th sense on this tank. He does have it marked, but he see there he bounces a shot from the guard, and it's beautiful. So there's a pile of TDs sitting here. Everybody's just sitting here, and so very wisely, CB decides he's leaving. Going to go get himself in a different position. Because, I mean, you don't want to be caught right there. They do have an arty, and that was a Bombardier's medal waiting to happen. Especially with all these open top TDs sitting all right there. Well, I guess his is not necessarily open, and the Jackson, he's got this fully upgraded turret on it. But I remember when I first started playing a game, I was like, oh wow, the Hellcat. I thought it was a Hellcat. So when do I get the closed turret? And then I realized it was a Jackson M36. Did a little bit of reading on this tank, and it wasn't really, the U.S. Army didn't officially call it the Jackson during the war. I guess it was a name that was assigned later on. And I'm assuming it was based upon Stonewall Jackson, a brilliant Confederate general during the Civil War. Probably one of the most feared generals of all time, especially, he was General Lee's right-hand man, so he was just a brilliant tactician. Hard person to work for, from what I understand. If you didn't follow his orders to the letter, man, you were done. So he was a very strange guy, but a brilliant general. Basically, he fought himself. He fought the Union Army. He was everywhere at once. He marched his soldiers miles and miles, and they never expected him to pop up where he popped up at. And that's kind of like you got to do with a TD, getting to places where you're not expected. and surprise people like he's doing with his 1:30 p.m. I mean, this is a great spot. I've never played from here. You know, it takes a pair to sit up here in this little precarious perch and hit. But I've never seen anybody fight from here, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Show up in places where you least expected. Now, if he had 6th sense, he would know. You know, obviously Artie's going to give him a business. This is why I would never come here, because I mean, you're just sitting out in the open, more or less, and Artie's, you know, giving him the business and pretty much exposed himself. But you know, if you don't put yourself in position to take a shot, you're not going to hit nobody. But you also got to know when it's time to roll, time to retreat. And, but yeah, interesting read on Stonewall. A lot of people have debated whether it was because he sat in one place and didn't move, or he held a position like a stone wall, and that was at the I guess Battle of Bull Run, but the Confederates called it something different. Manassas, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, this M36. You know, funny thing, another interesting fact about this 36 is that it was used all the way up until like the 1990s by in the Bosnian War, and it's believed that Taiwan still has two operational tanks, still in their small army. So, it's obviously based upon the Sherman chassis, but it's got a good gun and it's got armor, whereas the Hellcat's kind of a glass cannon. This tank actually has a little bit of armor, which makes it pretty dangerous. Especially if you're low tier and you come up on one of these things, don't underestimate this tank. It'll mess you up. Here comes a KV5, which is a tough nut to crack. And the way I understand it, back in the day, the thing was, the rear end had the same amount of armor as the front. And obviously he's trying to hit the little turrets, and that's the weak spot on this tank. And obviously the KV5 is looking your way. He doesn't have 6th sense, but he knows that if that's the giveaway. If a tank's looking straight at you, you've probably been spotted. And pretty much every time you fire, you should probably, unless you're in cover, using the bush mechanic, assume that you've been spotted. And he takes out the KV5, which is beautiful, man. That's a tier 8, man. That thing's a beast. But what I was gonna say, the KV5s, the way I understand it, since it had such great armor in the back, they would drive around backwards, and they were pretty much impenetrable, if they were top tier. But I guess they nerfed it a little bit, and now nobody does that anymore because the armor is actually weaker in the back, as it should be. But apparently back in the day it wasn't. So they're winning. It's 10-9, and he's covering the base. His teammates are covering the center, that little outcropping that they started on, and the enemies pretty much hit a stone wall. They're holding their own. You got 5 TDs in Artie, and they have a heavy and a medium, and two TDs left, and they're Artie. So. And the TDs that are left, they have a Scorpion that's left in that thing, and everybody knows the Scorpion's just ridiculous. Yeah, it does a pile of damage, pins everything if it hits. It's if that's the key, if it hits, because sometimes, man, the alpha on that gun, the flyers are just make you want to just strap kittens to your hand and punch babies, because the things they'll just hit the dirt and go flying left or right. RNG, man. But it's supposed to have the most accurate gun in the game, out of the box, but it's not the case. It's just not the case, at least from my experience. Now, I'll run chocolate, and usually it'll calm it down a little bit. But he's pulling up here to see if he can help his teammates out. They don't have nobody, doesn't have nobody to spot, and he's full health. He's got armor. He's doing exactly what he should be doing, and looking to see if he can spot anybody. because that VK was sitting over there behind that little rock outcropping. You know, I guess he was pulling up to see if he could spot him and light him up. And I'm not really sure how he knew that there was you know, he pulls out and spots a Hellcat. It looks like the Hellcat's AFK. Loads up HE. And 2 shots. The Hellcat's going back to the barn. I'm not really sure how he knew that dude was sitting there. Maybe it was just pure dumb luck, but you know, obviously the Hellcat is AFK. Already takes a shot at him and misses. Fortunately for him. And now they're up by 2, which is beautiful. And he's going to head back over towards base. See if he can help his team cover the base. They got another. Now they're down. You know, now it looking pretty good. You know, you got the they're already is sitting back at base, and he's going to head into the little town here, and see if he can find you know, the enemy. There goes his teammate in the Charioteer, which is another great tank. Man, I love that tank. I love its speed, and it's got a decent gun. Hits, you know, pretty good for a tier 8. It's accurate. Good tank. When I was grinding for the shit barn, man, I hit that tank, and it was just like, man, this thing is great. And I love that tank. Very carefully pulling up, see if he can spot anybody. He's got plenty of armor left, man. He can take a shot. You know, it's not a problem. Unless he gets ammo racked. So now it's down to their Artie and their Scorpion. Man, it's a pretty map. They did such a good job on I mean, just all the details of this little area here. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at that with the waterfall and all. Really pretty map. Like I said, I wish I had a little bit more bushes over on the west side, but it is what it is. You know. I'm not really sure why the well, when you see where the Scorpion pops out, I was like, I'm not really sure why he was sitting there. But anyway, I don't, you know, he's looking for the Scorpion. He knows he's over here somewhere. Now watch this. There's the Scorpion. This right here is just, watch this. This is amazing to me. The anticipation where he, you know, anticipated the Artie was going to be. Watch this. And there he is. I mean, that's amazing to me. Good job, dude. That was a really good guess. So now he knows the Scorpion's over here. He's over here somewhere. I was like, I don't know why the Scorpion was sitting right there. Maybe he's been on this side of the map the whole time, and you know, that's where he just didn't go back to base to cover. Maybe he figured he would cover from that angle. But anyway, it is what it is. He's doing the best he could. I don't think the Scorpion knows he's over here. So he's very carefully trying to craft him an angle on the Scorpion. That Scorpion can ammo rack you, man, and be done. And he takes a shot. I mean, he took a huge shot from a Scorpion. He can't take another one. But he got a hit on the Scorpion. And fortunately, his teammates have capped the base in case another one for good measure. And that's a game, man. That's a game. What a great game. You got mastery badge. High caliber. You did 2988 in damage, blocked 910. Dude, and 2 kills, and you helped your team win, man. It was a really great game. Just the way you were able to anticipate where the enemy was going to be. It was just one, outstanding, dude. And as a platoon, y'all did great. So anytime you pull a victory, man, that's awesome. And you made some credits. So great job, man. Great job, CB. And I'm so proud to show the video off for you. And I hope y'all liked it. And if it wasn't complete garbage due to me, please consider hitting that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a great day. Y'all take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.